Hi, this is Becky Raisler. I have Becky's Journals on Instagram and on YouTube. And on Facebook, you can follow me on Facebook now at Rebecca Raisler, Roesler is how that's spelled. I won't go into it, but I used to have a Facebook page that was Becky Raisler, and I had something like 3,000 followers, and I don't know. Anyway, it got hacked last year, I guess a year and a half ago, and I had to start over at Rebecca Raisler. So that's the story on that. But Instagram let me open a new page. The Instagram page got hacked at Becky Raisler, so I opened up a new page. It's now Becky's Journals on Instagram and on YouTube. So today I'm going to show you my newest journal that I have finished what I'm going to do in it for now. It is a brand new journal. It has not been written in. It is not finished decorating. It's just how it looks when I first began. And I'm going to show you in the next video I'm going to do this afternoon. I'm going to show you the different stages of that. This journal right here, I just sewed the the signatures in last night, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. And this one, I sewed the signatures in, but I have put in pockets and things like that. But it's just how it looks when it begins, and I'll show you that in the next video. But this one, I'm going to do a flip through, and then I'm going to set this journal aside while I work on the other two. If you are interested in having a journal that is made to this stage, this one is available. So it's one signature, it has a rounded spine, and yes, I have videos on YouTube for how I make just about anything that you will see in this journal, from the journal cover with the rounded spine to any of the ephemera that I made or the decorations. But this will give you an idea what my brand new journals look like. And I am slowing down a lot on the paper crafting and journaling and mixed media work that I've been doing. I'm only doing things now that bring me joy at the moment. And so I'm not concentrating on selling anything. I don't have a shop anymore. I recently had my 70th birthday, and this size of a journal is a lot easier for me to work with. This one is, let's see, about 7.5 by 5.5, I think. Yeah, this one is about 7.5 by 5.5, and when the spine is fully rounded and this thing is fully stuffed, it'll be about 1.5 inch rounded spine. So here we go. This is what it looks like before I've decorated the first page. I have a tuck spot here. You know, words are failing me these days. There's a name for it, and off the top of my head, it just won't come to me. But anyway, what I have done, I have put pockets in this. I have put side tucks. I have stuffed some papers in every one of the tucks and pockets that I've got in here, but I have not done any decoration except for one spread, which I'll show you the one spread I've done in this one. I've done one spread completely full, and I'm going to take pictures of the one spread that's finished, and then I'll put this aside and go play with the other two, because frankly I'm just kind of tired of blue right now, and I want to I want to work in teals and pinks and purples. So and you know, if you've been following me, you know I'm a colorist. I like to work with color, and I use a limited palette. So this one is mostly blues and beiges and oranges and golds. Not a lot of any other color, and that makes it cohesive, especially when you've just got a one signature journal. It looks better to me anyway if it's more cohesive. So there's a lot of writing space. There's some trim on the edges, and if I had any ephemera already made that in my stash that I thought looked good with the page, I went ahead and put it in here. So here's a hidden paper clip with a button. This is a true vintage, a true antique button right there, and just some papers that I had truly when I just finished up. I have a big pile of scrap paper that was up on my desk, and if anything fit with the color scheme of the page spread, I tucked it in there. So, this is from an embroidery pattern book that I got from the 70s. I got it at a library book sale, and it's sort of like a coloring book in a way, but actually what it was an embroidery pattern from the 70s. There's a lot of scrapbooking paper in this, and the reason I did that is because I'm low on blue papers and blue dyed paper. So instead of stopping and taking the time to hand dye paper, I went ahead and fully inked with the wooden handled inking pad, and I use ink oxide ink. When I say I ink something, I'm using Ranger ink oxide, you know, the old Tim Holtz inks in the can, and I'm using the ink pads and the wood handled ink applicators. And so I have fully inked the spread and faded denim, and then I stenciled up there. This is just some tags that I had and papers that I had that I thought would look good. Worked in with this, so it's there to play with. This is, I don't know what this, I think this came out of stencil patterns from a Home and Gardens book, one of those great big coffee table books, Better Homes and Gardens, from like the 70s or the 80s. And I've used it in there. This page is from a child's workbook, and if you pick up these things from thrift stores, and you only use one page in each book you make, you're going to have that book, and you're going to be using those worksheets, you know, for a long time. And you'd really, I mean, if you spent 50 cents for the book, or $1 for the book, you're really getting your money's worth. And I have to tell you this, I love the digital papers that a lot of the book artists make, the kits, you know, the digital kits that they make. I love them, but I love buying paper and having it in my hand, and the different weights of the paper. I just love shopping for paper, and I end up buying scrapbook paper, and I've got enough that I will never use in the rest of my life, and so I'm using it now. I used to be real stingy with it and not use my favorite papers, but now I'm making fewer journals, and don't have a shop anymore, so I'm not really going out of my way to sell anything anymore. So I'm trying to use up what I have. So no digitals in any of my work. This is the one spread that I did finish. This side happened to be carrots, page from the big book. And this is a tag that I made. And I wanted to show you on the back of the tag, I put some lace over the top like that to cover that hard edge so it'll look more finished. When you're making these tags, the details really make a difference. This is the only spread that I have finished in this book so far, and I'm going to put it aside and play with the others for now. But this, you notice, is the only spread that's not blue, and I'm just kind of got tired of blue. But anyway, this one folds out. You can lift this up to write on that, and then it folds out this way for more writing space. This is a Franken page that I made that I had in my stash, and it's the center of the signature, so this is all one page that I cut down to use as a page in the book. It's just a mixture of all, and what Franken pages is, and yeah, I have a video, that Franken pages are just all different papers that are glued together and to make one collaged looking page, but actually they're not. They're just, you know, this wasn't big enough, so I glued another thing onto that, and then I glued another thing onto that, and called it a page in my book. Here is a pre-made tuck spot that I happen to have, and I decided to use there. And I did not glue all the fabric all the way down, so in case somebody wanted to tuck something in there or glue something down over those tomatoes, I hadn't decided how I would use those tomatoes, but I'll just grab folded pages and put them in there to give it a little contrast, so it's not simply blue. But like I said, this one is mainly blue with gold and orange and red orange accents. Here's another card that I got started. Notice I finished off the back there. This right here, the side pocket is fabric covered from an old curtain that I had. Here's another hidden paper clip on top of a inked and stenciled page. Lots of writing space in this one. Lots and lots of writing space. See, not glued down all the way. So this is my basic journal. This flips up to give another secret writing space. This was a page from an old book that I tipped in. If you can see, you may not be able to see it, but it's just folded over the edge right there and glued down to tip it in. Simple pocket with some things I happen to have on my If this one looks like one that you want to work with at this stage, just leave a comment and send me a direct message on Instagram at Becky's Journals or on Facebook at Rebecca Raisler, and tell me your address, where you're located, and I'll give you a total with the shipping cost. I accept PayPal only. So that's just, whoa. I guess I better call it an end. Thanks so much for watching. My camera just about fell off the table. You have a great day. Be sure and like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.